In the shadows of global conflict and an escalating arms race, America is building something that could change the world. Not another weapon, but a shield. A sky shield that may render America untouchable. Its name, Golden Dome. This isn't just another military program. It's a silent declaration that America no longer intends to be vulnerable. Donald Trump called it the ultimate defense system. And what's surprising is that China reacted immediately.
所谓的金色穹顶计划旨在构建不受任何约束的全球性、多层次、多领域导弹防御系统。该计划公然提出大幅增加外空作战手段，包括研发、部署轨道拦截系统，具有浓厚的进攻性色彩，违反外空条约倡导的和平利用原则，将加剧外空战场化和军备竞赛风险。 动摇国际安全与军控体系。
Why is China panicking? In the world of geopolitics, it is rare for a state like China to openly criticize another country's defense project. But this time is different. A spokesperson for China's foreign ministry publicly said, "We oppose the construction of such a system by the United States." That statement is not diplomacy. It's fear. Because for decades, China's strongest deterrent has been its intercontinental ballistic missiles, particularly the Dong Feng series. These are not symbolic weapons. The Dong Feng-17 is a hypersonic missile capable of flying at over Mach 10. It can maneuver unpredictably, making interception nearly impossible with today's systems. The Dong Feng-41 is even more terrifying. It has a range of over 12,000 kilometers. In theory, it can strike New York from mainland China in just 30 minutes. These missiles gave China a voice on the global stage. They were Beijing's guarantee. You attack us, we can strike back just as hard. But Golden Dome destroys that logic. Golden Dome is being designed to eliminate all airborne threats, including hypersonic missiles. It doesn't rely on just one layer of defense. It integrates quantum radar systems that detect launches in their earliest stages, low-orbit satellite tracking to monitor incoming threats in real time, AI-powered threat analysis that processes thousands of trajectories in seconds, autonomous interceptor drones ready to engage even at the edge of space. If fully operational, even a Mach 10 Dongfeng missile becomes irrelevant. What does that mean? China would lose its primary deterrent. They could still launch a strike, but it wouldn't hit. And if America decides to retaliate, China has no equivalent shield to stop it. That is Beijing's worst nightmare. Since the Cold War, world peace has been maintained by a brutal principle. MAD, mutually assured destruction. Neither America nor China would launch first because retaliation would be guaranteed, but Golden Dome flips that equation. Now, America could theoretically strike first, without fear of reprisal. This destroys the very idea of balance, and the Chinese military knows it. Their entire defense doctrine, their whole geopolitical stance, was built around the belief that nobody could attack them without consequences. But with Golden Dome, that consequence disappears. Golden Dome is not just missiles and radars, it's about controlling the airspace and low orbit around the Earth. Its proposed features include real-time detection of any ICBM launch from enemy territory, instant calculation of threat level, and trajectory using battlefield AI, deployment of ground-based interceptors, airborne drones, and space-based weapons, interception of enemy missiles, even before entering US airspace. Donald Trump has called it a heavenly shield, but for many rival nations, this is not a shield, it is a trigger. The announcement of Golden Dome has already shaken global powers. Russia called it a destabilizing weapon. Iran called it a direct provocation. China accelerated development of newer, faster versions of the Dongfeng missiles. But here's the truth. No other country is close to building something like this. Only America has the funding, the AI capability, the satellite network, and the global military infrastructure to attempt such a feat. And that's exactly why the world is uneasy. From the beginning, Donald Trump knew the future of war is not about who can hit hardest, it's about who cannot be hit. That is what makes Golden Dome terrifying, not because it can kill, but because it makes the enemy's weapons irrelevant. If Golden Dome reaches operational status, the global military balance will shift dramatically. Hypersonic weapons become obsolete. Dong Feng-17, neutralized. Dong Feng-41, worthless. A shield that intercepts before atmospheric re-entry makes them pointless. Rogue states lose bargaining power. Nations like North Korea and Iran rely on missile threats for diplomacy. With Golden Dome, their threats become empty. Global diplomacy becomes one-sided. An America that cannot be touched becomes a nation that doesn't have to negotiate.
In the campaign, I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. And that's what we're doing. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we have officially selected an architecture for this state-of-the-art system that will deploy next-generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space-based sensors and interceptors.
This is the real message of Golden Dome. If you dare to attack the United States, your retaliation will never reach us. Golden Dome isn't just a shield, it's a barrier that shatters the ambitions of any nation relying on ballistic missiles. Of course, China isn't going to stand still. They know, if Golden Dome becomes reality, their entire strategic deterrence collapses. Their hypersonic missile power, once so fearsome, will be stripped of its bite. So here's the question. Will China develop new technologies to counter Golden Dome? The answer is almost certainly yes. Signs are already there. China is said to be developing new missile technologies with unpredictable trajectories to confuse American radar and satellite systems. There are even reports that China is working on next-generation hypersonic missiles with complex maneuvering capabilities, aiming to overwhelm Golden Dome's defenses. But this is no easy fight. The United States has the technological edge, unlimited military funding, and a global satellite network second to none. China will have to work extremely hard to catch up. In short, Golden Dome is not just a symbol of defense, it's a symbol of American technological superiority, and at the same time, a challenge to China and Russia to find new ways to stay relevant. The world is now waiting for the next chapter. Will China manage to pierce America's sky shield? Or will Golden Dome stand as an impenetrable barrier that renders every missile meaningless? One thing is certain. With Golden Dome, the United States is sending a clear message to the entire world. We are no longer vulnerable.